I need to explain the item store's terminology for some of these items, specifically armor plating, arcane warding, life rip, and wrecker, as well as the passive anti healing, also known as cauterize. So, if you read armor plating, it says reduce the damage you take from in hand weapons. And if you look at life rip, your weapon shots gain life steal. So, weapon shots in hand are actually the same thing, except for the weird way that Paladins handles some abilities, where if you read the advanced description, they do say that they are counted as weapon shots or in hand. Wrecker also happens to be a similar item. Your weapon, your in hand, and the abilities that count as in hand. And in Banner's Fall, which is coming up in like a few days, Trigger Scent is also going to be one of those items where not your damage, your weapon, your in hand damage is going to be increased. I don't see any reason for anyone to buy this item. Maybe just Leon because all of her abilities, except the ult, are weapon shots. So here is exactly how that would look like on a Hurl dredge, for example. So I'm gonna run Hurl, but without the card that self heals. This is not how you would run it. I'm just running a Scuttle loadout to show you that Life Rip, for example, does not apply when I'm using Harpoon. So here is Harpoon. I'm not healed, but my in hand does heal me with Life Rip. And Broadside counts as a weapon shot, so it does have Life Rip added to it. And this is the confusing part about it. So, how do you check if something is or isn't an in hand? Well, for the most part, you cannot tell even with the in game descriptions, but here's an example of one case where you can tell. So, Heirloom Rifle is your in hand, Valor says acts as a weapon shot, Presence says acts as a weapon shot, Grace acts as a weapon shot, and Ult does not. So basically, Leon, you would buy armor plating for her spammy auto aim playstyle, let's say. Honestly, it's just very arbitrary. Like, for example, Bomb King, um, if you just think about it, he sticks you with his in hand and then he uses an ability to detonate, right? No. Actually, detonate is an in hand. It always, ever since ever, applied life rip and wrecker, and it is affected by current armor plating, not arcane warding. The only thing Arcane Warding works against BK is his Grumpy to reduce this 800 damage and the ultimate, so it's not really worth it against him. It's all kind of all over the place. Like, for example, even Dredge, it doesn't clearly state that it is a weapon shot or an in hand for broadside, but it consumes your ammo to fire, so maybe that's their way of saying it. It's just strange and awkward. So one more example that is very important to know is Imani. Um, when you're casting Inferno Cannon, it's not an in hand, it's not a weapon shot, it doesn't apply anti heal, which is cauterize, it doesn't apply wrecker, it doesn't apply life rip. So basically, you just gotta know that while yes, you're dealing a lot of damage over the duration of 3 seconds, you're also not applying life rip. Meaning, if you're playing 1v1, for example, against maybe, let's say, a Victor, and he's shooting you while you're in the Inferno Cannon, probably he's going to be getting the full value of his life rip, meaning that he can just survive and outdo you because of it. So, kind of make sure that someone else is applying Core Rise to that target. It's not really in your control, but you kind of have to play around it.